Today's sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Carolina Panthers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And some room to roam now. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Right off the bat, a chunk play into enemy territory.
And I don't care how you plan for it. I don't care what you see on tape where you think you can get that type of a play. That's still a great rush and a little bit of a surprise to break off a run like that this early in the game.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. The gut, McCaffrey. And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars 21. 50 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Well, this defense for the Jags, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And they'll try to throw here. Mills. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. play action now. Mills. And he fires one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go play action now. Lawrence. And he's got this to Jefferson. Then he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now Lawrence on 1st down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. From the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. On the move past the 40. Down the sideline he goes. Travis Etienne. Touchdown. Well, this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is in his first throw of the game, but I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for Carolina.
And look, you're down 7-0 in the first quarter. You know it's not a time to panic or feel like you've got to get those points back right away. But how about their conviction and taking that chance to throw the ball deep right there, knowing they can hit on plays like this? I'll bet that won't be the last time we see them take a deep shot in this game.
Yeah, and that throw, my goodness, and even 70 yards through the air. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Quick throw complete by Mills. Touchdown, Panthers. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Panthers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Recon, look at you fight.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Hey, Joseph.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On 2nd and very short, Lawrence. Quick hitter here, it's complete. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. Running out of the gun with Etienne. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Jelani Woods, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Mills can't get away, and down he goes. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Play fake, Mills. He's going to air one out for Anderson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. 63 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. On first down, right back to ETN. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Second and 11.
Hey, let's go.
Now Lawrence to throw. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. On second down, McCaffrey. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They were just trying to give their offense a little more room down near their own goal line, but this is just going to make things worse.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Mills now. He'll air this one deep for Anderson. And Mills is intercepted for the 3rd time. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick-6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Takes it at the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. On play action, Mills. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And the slot man goes in motion left. On 1st down, Lawrence. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. And we're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media will start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season?
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Final play of the half, Mills. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be, 38 yards out. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On play action, Lawrence. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a first down. Lawrence. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Give him 32 on the play. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw pulled in by Woods. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap and again to ETN. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there of 22. A little bit of a breakdown there defensively, and the RPO turns into a big chunk play.
And when you think about running offense, the word comes to mind, assignment, right? Because you have to carry those out. But you have to play assignment football on defense, too, against a team that runs these RPOs because everyone has to be in the right place. Who's getting the quarterback? Who's getting the running back? Who's covering the receivers? This would work quite well on that play.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action from Jacksonville. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Mills to throw it. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Monte Nicholson picks it. And the Jags are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
7